Memester of the Week contains fantasy violence, drug use, and horror elements. A list of topics, themes, and subjects featured in this episode is included in the description. If you ever feel unsafe or suicidal, please call your local crisis center, emergency services, or a national hotline. A link to an international list of crisis hotlines is listed in the description below. Remember, you matter.
So we hear the sound of sirens as a fire truck passes by going the opposite way. We see the van driving down the road in the city area of Seattle, Washington. And we pan around from the back of the van to the driver's seat where we see Anton O'Toole driving our lovely gang away from this burning hospital. Anton, where do you go with our friend?
Okay, I know this is going to be a little forward, but I want to take them to my paramour's residence.
Oh, okay.
Are we going to experience some misery business while we're there?
I think we already are.
All right, let's take it from the top.
Okay. So, Ray, you mentioned having a paramour. Anton O'Toole has never been a hunter before. So, real quick, can you give us a little rundown of who he is now?
Yeah, so after the events of the Halloween special, Anton has become the wronged.
Oh.
He has taken personal gumption with the Leshies that he thinks ruined his life because, they took from him his wife, his job, his reputation. And now he's just kind of, he's feeling out the world, like learning who he is, spending some me time, been running Journey's fan base online. So it's been pretty important. But, I also, been spreading my wings, emotionally, my psychic tells me that I was an empath in a past life. So I'm trying to really get in touch with that. And, I got married to my high school sweetheart, so I downloaded an app to see, about finding somebody, and really just experimenting. So I got on this thing called Grindr, and if my research is right, I'm a power top. So
Dang, Anton is giving it.
So, I matched with somebody in Seattle.
We call him the Jackhammer.
Yeah,
Jackhammer.
Got that's tattooed above my waistline on my lower back.
Hit him with a...
Oh, shit. Power top is tattooed on your lower back?
Well, yeah, it wouldn't look good if it was on my stomach,
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you're new to all this, so I get it.
I matched up with somebody in Seattle. So, I went out on a limb, flew, 1,000 miles. And, we hit it off pretty well. I was going to get an Airbnb, but they told me I could crash at their place, which was really nice because Airbnbs in Seattle are frankly ridiculous.
Hit it off pretty well. It sounds like you were hitting them pretty well.
Well, I mean, you did meet me in a hospital, so.
Oh,
okay,
shit.
Cut that out.
Okay. No, keep that. What? Dude, Anton is fucking.
Let's go.
How do I at all
How do you recover?
redeem the tone of this session after that?
You don't. You don't.
You don't. The answer is you don't.
Anton literally just told us He literally just told us he was fucking his boyfriend so hard that he had to go to the hospital for it.
The answer to your question, Jason, is that you don't see this. Ray is redeeming the tone of our comedy show
Yeah.
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
we just had the saddest shit possible.
Yeah. You guys got your ass
We
beat.
could go way worse. Yeah.
We're getting the laughs in now.
All joking aside, they're a nurse, and I dropped them off, and
Oh my god.
I was, it was. I mean, for a fling, it's pretty heated. I don't know what this is going to be in a week, but I know today I'm just going to be the best Anton I can be.
Okay. Nice.
Love it. Okay, so we're driving up to your paramour's apartment. And so you said that your paramour works at the hospital that just burned down?
Yeah, he's a nurse.
Is he at the
There?
hospital now?
He was.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Where is he now?
You might
Still there?
You might want to find a new power
that's
bottom.
a Jason thing.
Yeah. Hey, let's get inside the apartment.
Roll to save your fling.
Okay, yeah. Anton, so you pull up to your paramour's apartment complex. We start unloading and getting everyone inside to just take a break for a second.
I'll carry Dan.
I'm not there to see it, but I've never felt more safe in my fever dreams.
Wow.
Understandable.
Yeah, because Anton is kind of jacked, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
yeah. He's.
Yeah, I was like, there's no way Journey can hold
It's
him.
fucking awesome.
Yeah. Look, I've just been really working on myself.
Yeah. Anton, can you describe your paramour's apartment?
I think it's a very minimal apartment. I do think there are way too many frog knickknacks
Oh, I
on
love
shelves.
your boyfriend so much already.
Right? He's into frogs, and that's what he kind of puts his money into. He's got a nice sound stereo set up, which is a really kind of a big thing nowadays. You
is
don't
it
see that
like
too much?
Is it frog shaped and then the speakers are the frog's eyes?
Oh, that's
Yes.
cool. Oh, I have a question. Are there any living frogs in this apartment? Like pet frogs?
Oh God, Fromy.
Yes. You know what? I was going to say I don't think so with the hours they work, but I like the idea of there
What?
being a little terrarium in there.
Yeah, actually, frogs are pretty minimalist in terms of care, as long as you keep the humidity and
yeah.
temperature control, and depending on the type of frog and everything. So
So the frog's apartment is also very minimalist.
yeah, just there's probably one log,
Like a little sofa.
small little pond.
Yeah, a little sofa log, tiny TV,
Yeah.
What floor is this apartment?
Another speaker system.
another smaller speaker system.
It's human shaped, and the speakers are also the eyes.
Oh God.
Oh, I like this.
It's got a little
The
got a
tone
little,
of this game.
I like this.
it's got a little
lot.
Squidward house in it.
Oh my God.
So we're in the apartment.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm gonna put Dan in the tub. Do y'all mind? This isn't my apartment. I don't want to get blood everywhere. Even though we have hydrogen peroxide, and that's a good way to get blood out of the carpet. Don't ask how I know that. Well, yeah, I'm a cop. I used to be a cop, so I'm gonna put Dan in the tub. That's all I'm saying.
It's like Raphael in the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle live action movie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like the handshake meme, and it's Anton O'Toole, and then people with uteruses, and then knowing how to get blood out of the carpet.
They both used to be a cop.
Damn it.
I think Mordecai is kind of behind you, eyeing Dan. Just keep making sure he's okay. He's kind of clutching his chest and moving kind of slow because Mordecai basically died twice.
You did.
Anton, I think it's cool if you do that. Whose apartment is this? Can I burn here?
Yes, you can. I mean, I don't really know how a good way to put it. His name's Chuck. He's not really a boyfriend. He's more of just, this guy that I matched with on Grindr and decided to fly 1,000 miles out to sea for a weekend that turned into a week. But I don't want to bore you with the details.
Yo, my dude. And Mordecai, struggling to raise his arm, goes to dap you up.
Oh yeah, Deb. Do you need to like rest up for a sec? Because I think I can do something about Dan. But I kind of want to address you each like one at a time, if that's okay.
You know what, dude? I think I might just like smoke and go look at the little frog, dude. If you need me, I can give you my blood. But that's about it.
Got some blood to spare.
Thank you.
I've been giving my Dan blood a lot the past like day and a half. So
Giving my Dan like it's your fucking pet.
he just like pulls out a blunt. And I think he's taking to the blood stuff pretty well. Even Journey is. So I'm just gonna go sit over here.
Yeah, we have a lot we need to catch up on, and we will. I'm going to take care of Dan real fast, and then we can chat if that's cool.
Yeah, do your thing, big dog. Do your thing. And Mordecai's just gonna like plop into the like this. I guess you have like a reclining chair or something. I'm just gonna plop down in that.
Cool.
I think Journey is going to follow O'Toole into the bathroom and just like sit there. She's not on talking terms right now.
We're not on squeaking terms right now.
Yeah, but she still wants to keep an eye on Dan.
That's sweet.
I don't think Anton's gonna like start the conversation because he can tell like Journey's needs to be like in her own space right now, but also around. But I do want to roll DIY surgery.
Please.
What's a movie?
Yeah.
Oh god.
So
I immediately hate the sound of that.
I love it.
It says when you do quick and dirty first aid on someone, including yourself, roll plus cool.
Hell
Yeah. On a 10 plus, it's all good. It counts as normal first aid. Plus stabilize the injury and heal one harm. On a 7 to 9, it counts as normal first aid. Plus one of these, your choice, and it's got a few options.
Yeah, roll that, please.
God damn it.
Oh shit. I get an experience point for that.
Ooh,
Hooray.
cool. It doesn't say what happens on a failure here.
So I'm currently
make it worse.
harm unstable, right?
Yeah,
I think so.
that's unstable.
Okay, so does that deal me harm?
I mean, I
I
feel like
don't-
it kind of
Because
should.
I've been unstable for the past hour.
Mechanically, there's a couple things going on here.
Yeah.
So I'm going to leave it to your choice, Dan. You can take an additional harm here, or you can take another failure for the effect that this serum has been having on you. Right now, you have 1. If you have 3, something will happen to you.
That's awesome.
So you can take harm
what
or you
happens-
can take a failure.
What happened the last time I took a failure? I forget. Did I have to roll on the table or?
Weren't you like allergic to aluminum foil or
So
something?
when you take a failure for this, on a 6-, you roll on the table and you get a weakness and a physical attribute from it. You will not be taking an additional weakness or physical attribute. You will just be having a failure.
I will take that, and I will just add as an option for the flavor for Ray. I currently have a weakness to metal, so if you were attempting to use any metal, that may have been a problem.
Yeah, I think your
yeah.
weakness is iron and
Iron, yeah.
fire.
I'll take another failure on the move.
So, Anton, I think what this looks like when you are trying to do this DIY surgery is you get your like toolkit out to start trying to bandage up, and like these wounds need sutures. Like you need to stitch them up, and you take out your needle to try and like get it close to his skin to be able to do that. And Dan's body physically recoils away from that and shudders away. Almost like he's like involuntarily spasming for a second. And when you pull the needle back away, he's fine.
Weird.
Everything okay back there, guys?
Hey, is Dan like Fey now? Because he's not really a big fan of whatever's in this needle.
I think Mordecai is gonna get up and go to the bathroom.
Party in the bathroom.
And
There is a party.
he's gonna look at when he walks in. He looks at Journey first, and Abby kind of pops out in Doge form and jumps in the tub and kind of lays at Dan's feet.
Wow.
This is a fucking party in the bathroom.
She is also
Really?
very concerned for Dan. Mordecai's gonna look between the three of you guys and goes, I think we're gonna need to use the blood again.
Can you just give me a second?
Take your time. I'll start with Anton.
I think Journey is going to try to. She notices the reaction to the metal, and she's gonna reach up and grab her little hair clippies, and
Her magical girl hair clippies.
and she's gonna kind of like flick her finger against the side of this bone, and I would like to try to use my magic to make a needle out of bone.
That's awesome.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, roll your shifting antlers move.
Okay.
Okay, it's mixed.
Remind me of the wording. What does it say happens on a mixed success?
I don't think it says. Well, wait.
For-
Okay, it says on a 7 to 9. Wait. Okay, on a 10, they take the size and shape you need, and you take +1 forward. On a 7 to 9, they take the size and shape. Okay, so I just don't get the forward, but it still does what I want. So, like, Journey flicks her thumb against the side of the little hair clip, and a piece just shatters off and flies up into the air in front of her face, and it takes the form of a small needle, and she just kind of like snatches it out and passes it over to Anton. Part of her is like shook that she is able to do this because like, she doesn't practice any of this, right? So like it's all just sort of willing it to happen, and then it does, and then she doesn't really know what to do with that information.
And not only that, like not only the why does it work when I have no idea how it works, but also this is against your beliefs.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she's not happy about it, but she would be less happy about her friend just fucking bleeding out in the bathtub.
Touche.
So she passes it over to Anton and says, maybe this will help more.
Yeah, I can give it a shot.
Journey, you got a real natural talent for that.
She doesn't respond.
All right, I'm going to roll DIY surgery again.
Yeah, and you can do that with a +1.
How big is this bathroom, by the way?
Big enough for,
Big enough for
four
party
people
size.
and a dog to be slightly cramped.
Well, Abby doesn't take up that much space because spirit. Whoa,
God
bro.
fucking damn it, Ray.
Hold on.
We're doing blood
Yeah.
stuff. We're gonna do blood stuff.
You know what? I didn't talk with Jason about this, but can I spend a luck?
Yeah, no, I'm fully like
Christ.
the way that Anton is probably going to be involved in this world is like a full fucking hunter. He has 7 points of luck.
Oh,
So
baller.
be careful because
Don't die.
Lord knows how much this dude's gonna be involved in this world.
It's okay. I've already used 3 luck points.
Yeah, you used 3 luck points on your first fucking outing. So
I was literally gonna die.
Well, thanks, dude.
Oh yeah, no, anytime. It's what I'm here for.
I'm not conscious to say that, but you feel a thanks, dude, in your soul.
I literally would just say, yeah, no, it's what I'm here for. I just look forward to helping you kids out.
Thanks, big dog.
Woof woof.
woof woof.
Oh,
Big dog.
Okay, so DIY surgery stabilizes and heals.
Yes, on a 10 plus, it's all good. Counts as normal first aid plus stabilizes the injury and heals harm. So I think it would be normal first aid, which is like heal 1, and then it's another one and stabilize.
Okay, yeah, I'll take that.
So heal 2 and stabilize?
Yes.
Okay, sick. Wow, feeling much better.
Yeah, honestly, shit, that's like the best healing move in the game,
That's like
unless
the
you're
best
just
healing move,
self-healing
yeah.
as a monstrous.
Yeah.
Craziness. Cool.
So does that conscienceify wake me up?
It's
Yes.
And
I would say now that you have been stabilized and healed a little bit, you come to and you're in the bathtub and you have Abby at your legs and you're looking up at Anton O'Toole and Mordecai and Journey.
Hey, there he is.
Welcome back, buddy.
Dan wakes with a start and breathes heavily a bit, and then a little bit of toxic smoke comes out of his mouth. And then he takes a deep breath and steadies himself. He looks at everyone with a very appreciative and very, very weak expression.
You okay, buddy?
Dan's going to take a second and then kind of nod. He's trying not to talk because he doesn't want to poison everyone.
Ah.
Anton will just turn on the bathroom fan.
I thought you were going to be like the bathroom sound system. Like there's a speaker in there too.
The extra sound system.
It's shaped like a frog, but it like sticks to the walls with sticky pads on the frog's hands.
I love this apartment so much. I just want to keep talking about the apartment.
So many.
You got to listen to the jams. The frog jams.
Little frog statues everywhere.
Frog
like
the
instead
jam.
of an end table, it's like a little frog like holding up like one of those glass tops.
With its tongue.
For sure.
Journey is sitting on the toilet. She has her like hands resting against her knees, and she's just kind of holding her head there. And she's looking at Dan, and she's relieved that he's awake, but she's just sort of overwhelmed, and she's kind of been in a sort of like panic mode up until this point, and now the reality of like what is happening is starting to hit her. She's starting to feel kind of nauseous from just all of the smells that are currently taking place right now. So she just kind of like leans her head forward and kind of like rests it in her hands. Doesn't say anything.
Mordecai on a deep drag just kind of rests his hand like behind him on Journey's shoulder and gives it like a reassuring, firm shake and looks at Dan. Dude, what happened to you?
Dan looks up at the fan, thinks maybe it's safe enough to talk right now. A little bit at least.
We can give you some pen and paper. That's better.
I was careless. It's
Yeah.
my fault.
As he talks, you see some of that noxious gas that you would recognize from the dark watchers pouring out of his mouth.
Oh shit, dude, you've been smoking on that dark shit?
I got smoked.
Nice. How do we stop it?
I don't fucking know, my dude. When I was on the table, I saw something. I tried to figure out what they were doing to everyone, and they were injecting something into everyone, and whatever it was, they did it on me too.
Wait, they gave you drugs and I got stabbed? The fuck?
Yeah, man, this whole thing's pretty fucked up.
Yeah. So now you just breathe gas now? Does it hurt?
Yeah.
Oh. Sorry.
Does it hurt as he's bleeding out?
Well, I mean, the
I mean,
blood seems not related to the gas, I think.
It's hard to isolate. Everything just kind of hurts, you know?
I will make
What
a
if-
note that maybe Anton would notice more than the rest of you because you guys are around Dan all the time. Dan looks, and when you see him talking and when he is like the way that he looks, when you look at him, you just find him like more alluring, not in like a creepy way, but you like he just somehow, even though he is like ragged and tired, he looks more handsome to you.
Anton is looking for a new power bottom.
Well, like I said, I don't know. Like we haven't discussed, if we're going to be,
I'm not keeping that.
monogamous. Or...
I'm just gonna tell you now.
Dude, no.
It's an open relationship.
Anton and Chuck walk up to Dan. Hey, me and this guy right here,
the bar, and
we saw you across the bar and we really like your vibe.
Oh my god!
We saw you across my apartment and we liked your vibe.
We saw you across from the frog. Jason, you're expecting us to be serious
Oh my God.
in
the frog
in
department.
a title of memester of the week. Yeah, we're in
Guys.
the fucking frog zone. and,
Okay,
like-
yeah. I just need to let Jason know that when you and Ray were building Anton's setup for this, at any point where you were like, "Man, Anton's been fucking. This won't be funny."
That the thing is, I didn't build any of Anton's setup into this. This is entirely Ray's creation. I was like, cool.
Ray,
I found
I
out
love
about
you.
all of this when you found out about all of this. it's
I
fine.
love you.
It's good.
The only discussion Jason and I had was, hey, should Anton have a play sheet? And like we were like, yeah, maybe, we'll see. And Jason was like, okay, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna do mundane or gumshoe? Because he used to be a cop. What strikes you? And I'm like, oh, he's gonna be wronged.
Yeah, the sidekick was on the table because I thought it would be funny. If he
Yeah,
was like
sidekick
trying to
would've
play
been
the
good, too.
sidekick to Journey.
Look, I don't know what's going on here, and I do really want an explanation. But like, maybe you should, like, I don't know, is there like magic you can do to like, dispel like curses or something? I should probably get on the phone with my boyfriend and okay, I shouldn't say boyfriend, my paramour, and just see, what's going on with him. Is he okay? Because I am worried about that, but I'm also worried about you. And you were bleeding out, so
I think I'm good now. I'm just gonna have a lie-in for a bit.
all right, are you all hungry? Like, I could like whip up some eggs. I think there's eggs in there.
Dude, starved.
Journey just kind of shakes her head. She is not thinking about food right now.
All right, I'll get something started. I got to make the call, and you all
do you.
you all take a beat. Like, you need it, you deserve it.
Shouts out, Anton.
And
We love you, buddy.
yeah,
Oh hey,
woof woof, go Rams.
Go Rams.
Woof woof. That's what they say.
That is what Rams say.
It's true. Goats bark.
Long Lost Tabletop Studios is thrilled to present our debut show, Lucky Number 13 Hell Week. My name is Mariko, and I'll be your keeper for this Monster of the Week campaign. Join our skilled team of hunters. Jake as Marcellus, the monstrous.
You don't want to eat me. I'm not good. I'm all scales and bone.
Marcos as Percy, the pararomantic.
Water, salt water, anglerfish.
Jasmine as Lily, the flake.
Can I read a bad situation about this muffin? Because I'm very suspicious.
And Brian as Pick, the mundane.
I wanted to use my what could go wrong since I've charged into immediate danger without hedging my bets.
Our 13-episode campaign will launch on Friday, September 13th, releasing new episodes each week. We hope you'll come along with us on this journey. And until then, stay spooky out there, friends.
Hey, all you spooky little skeleton boys and gals and non-binary pals. How you doing? Happy Halloween, y'all. Thank you so much for listening to Memester of the Week, as always. I hope that you guys are enjoying this arc. Fucking Ray's killing it as Anton. This whole arc has been so fun to record and process. And hey, next time on the 26th, we have our Halloween special coming out. And we have a special guest for that. So I am so excited for you guys to hear that. It's an absolute riot. We loved recording it. So look forward to that and rate, review your favorite podcast. Hopefully that's us. If it's not us, we do not take offense. But show the people that you enjoy the art that they make, that you enjoy their art. Support them. Support them any way you can. If you want to support us monetarily, we have a Ko-Fi. If you cannot do that, that is entirely reasonable. The world is bad for a lot of reasons. So, tell someone that you like about the art that you like today. And take care of yourselves, all right? Now, go get some water, and enjoy a nice little snack. And if it's cold enough where you are, maybe have a warm drink. That sounds nice. All right, you guys take care. I'll see you later. Okay.
Yeah.
Dan, how do we fix you, dude?
The question he's been asking his entire life.
Wait, do you think if, like, hear me out, you bathe in some blood and I shotgun some magic smoke into you, we can defeat the smoke inside of you?
You've been real fixated on the blood lately, dude.
No, I'm not. Mordecai, like, takes another puff.
The last time we did the blood stuff, it kind of messed with my, like, did I ever tell you why I have to not do any, like, why I have to be clean, you know?
You mean like how we talked about that after I skateboard that I need to take a shower immediately type of thing, or? No,
I mean, drugs, I can't do those. It's part of my pact. And
no, dude.
It's not.
Follow me.
It's not.
We're not
me.
doing drugs. You're just chugging my blood.
Yeah, man, that's where all the drugs go.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
And bad things happen if I break my pact.
Like what? Oh, is this why you're like barfing green toxic smoke?
Maybe that's part of it, but I don't know, man. I'm not exactly sure the extent, but.
What if we use Journey's blood? She's clean, I think.
Knock it off.
I don't want you to have to do that. That's not what we're gonna do.
Okay.
I'm okay, so I think if we're all stable, maybe we just take a little time to regroup.
All right. I mean, do you want to like transition to the couch and get yourself cleaned up and just, you know, plopped out on the couch? I think Anton's making sandies, so.
You can have the couch, dude. I mean, you're not looking that hot either.
No, I didn't hear no bell. But you're probably right. I might just go talk to the frog or something.
Not trying to get rid of you, dude, but yeah, you better. We all need some time.
Is it permissible for Journey to pull out her phone and text her dad?
Yeah, please.
No phones allowed. This is a bathroom.
I mean,
what's wrong with you?
I don't want you to also have to bring in Sitwell here, but like, but I am thinking about what a panicked young version of myself would do if I was in a really scary situation, and it would probably be text my dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Journey's the youngest. She's like 18 or 19, right?
She's like, like 19.
Yeah, she took a gap year and is starting college, so yeah, she's like 19.
Me and Dan are closing in on the end of uni.
Yeah, you guys are like juniors or something.
Yeah.
22?
Yeah, I'm 21.
Journey's gonna rattle off like a short message to him and just be like, hey, it's me. Don't freak out. I'm just curious. Have you ever seen people breathing weird smoke before? Just to see if she can glean some sort of thing that like her dad may know from his years of doing the shit that she's not familiar with.
Yeah, I love that. Roll investigate a mystery.
Will do.
And take a +1 because you're using your dad's knowledge. Like you're using a resource there. It's not just you by yourself.
That is a mixed success.
Okay, so you get one question.
Well, I mean, I kind of already told you my question.
Yeah, like.
But it's not it.
So, like,
yeah,
what
like
kind of creature is it, kind of thing?
I mean, yeah. If we're not using the flexible alternative investigative mystery, then yeah, I guess it would be like, what sort of creature is it?
Yeah, like in the vein of what sort of creature is there, or like, have you seen things that breathe smoke?
Yeah. Does my dad know how to reply to a text, or is he like my real dad where he doesn't?
I think Journey has forced her dad to learn how to text him, like learn how to text her at least a little bit for the function of being able to like stay in contact. Because he's constantly worried, especially when you're out on like trips like this.
Does he put a signature at the end of every text though?
Yes.
Like, love you, Dad.
Yeah, he writes it like it's an email.
Yeah.
Every
Slime
text
man.
message is an email, so he's like, "Hello, love, James." Every time. Yeah, I think your dad would get back to you and say like, "Hello, sounds like you're doing okay." Anything that breathes smoke. I mean, there are a couple things. Dragons are typically known to breathe smoke as a part of like their exhalation of the fire that they are burning inside of them. You said something about those dark watchers that you met being able to also do that. And as far as like anything like more human or humanoid, I really haven't seen anything like that before.
Love Dad.
Love.
He doesn't even sign off as Dad. He signs off using his actual first name. That's fucking silly. I love it. Okay. Okay, so out of character, I'm trying to remember what we actually learned about the Dark Watchers because it was so long ago.
Yeah, so I'll give you like a quick refresher. The Dark Watchers were shadow creatures.
Yeah, I remember that because I remember us being in Big Sur and I remember the souvenir shop.
Yes.
That's what I remember from
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, brother. 97 flashlights to go. So they were shadow creatures that could extend and move through shadow. And as well, they had like a noxious gas that they would breathe out to poison their victims. And when you were in Big Sur, they were being partially controlled using some sort of life force energy by Parker, who was doing experiments on them. And that's the last thing that you knew about them.
Did we succeed in getting rid of any of them, or what happened to resolve
They
them?
were weak to light.
Yeah, I do remember that because of the fucking flashlight thing.
And weren't they weak to the lobster dagger as well? Like it actually affected them?
I believe that is the case.
Because it's fate.
As far as actually resolving it, I think you were able to use magic to break the curse of control on them, and you also got some like side information from the notes that you took from Parker's like desk as you were leaving and as he was escaping.
Do we still have those notes?
Yeah, one of them was it's so I was actually gonna chime in. One thing that I got from Harker's is my mom's like journal, which is like a compendium of information on monsters, magic, etc. Kind of where I've been reading about blood stuff, kind of, I guess, but we could consult the tome for Dark Watcher info. And also, I collected a sample from Dark Bulk as well.
You did. I forgot about that.
Yeah. So, like, memes aside, I wonder if there could be, like, a cure?
I was already going to do some magical investigating on my own blood. And that's part of the reason I want the bathroom to be empty.
Okay. Yeah, we should all be making our intentions more clear with our plans, I guess.
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
Hit the books, y'all.
Yeah.
And like more to also don't forget, in addition to your mother's journal, you also have Perch's Bestiary.
I do. I have 2 books.
Yeah, which is also another resource for learning things about monsters.
Yeah, about your
Whole
besties.
book.
For Perkta's, I don't know if it was my mom's journal or Perkta's where I already asked, and that's where I thought that we were fighting.
Journal.
Okay.
Yeah, you already
I don't know
asked
if
your
you're-
mom's journal at the top of the episode, and Perch's is the
Yeah.
one that has actually
a
given
limit.
you mechanical benefits, whereas your mom's journal is just kind of a MacGuffin
Lore.
currently.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess I'll go into the living room next to, because I can also talk to animals.
Yep.
I'm just gonna hang out with the frog and just shoot the shit with little frog man.
Yep.
And just talk to him about, like, Abby, I'm leaving with Dan. Abby doesn't want to leave Dan's side. She's worried.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Dan
am
appreciates
just...
that.
Dan liked that. And I'm just going to, like, hang out in the living room, which I guess Anton can see me. I'm imagining it's one of these, like, open kitchen living room type situations.
Oh, yeah.
And Anton sees me flipping through my mom's journal, like this like nice leather-bound book with like notes and shit, and me talking to the frog, like bouncing ideas and like musing like just random thoughts against the frog. The frog is talking back to me, but Anton obviously wouldn't hear anything, and I'm looking for either in Perkta's or my mom's. I have like 2 books like that I'm just switching back and forth, talking to the frog.
I would say roll me an investigate a mystery, see what you can get. And since you're using Perkta's and your mom's, I would say that's a solid like +1. Nice.
10. Damn.
Works out. What do you want to ask? You can also use flexible alternative here if you are not fully satisfied with the listed question.
All right, I'm going to ask a specific question.
Mm-hmm.
How do I cure Dark Watcher sickness?
Well, you cure sickness. I mean, the sickness that is brought on by Dark Watchers is just poisoning. So, in the same way that you would cure a like normal poison.
Okay.
You would remember from interacting with the Dark Watchers previously and seeing others get poisoned by it that the symptoms that Dan is exhibiting is not someone who was poisoned by a Dark Watcher.
Okay.
It is the symptoms of a Dark Watcher, period. It is something that Dark Watchers do. It is not something that someone who has been afflicted by one does.
Has there ever been, either in Perkta's or my mom's writings, about people being transformed into Dark Watchers?
Actually, yeah. Going through Perkta's bestiary specifically, because Perkta's bestiary is both like a catalog and understanding of who the Fae are and what some like subclassifications of Fae are and things like that. But it's also partially a history because it tells you how these things came about. It's a book of Fae history. So to take a slight detour here, we're going to get some fucking lore. Because he asked a lore question.
Lore.
Yeah.
And this was vaguely communicated with Kate in Sleepy Hollow, but now it's going to be more explicit here.
Excellent.
Okay, cool. We're building on
Love
lore.
explicit lore.
Yeah. So
Hell yeah.
actually, fuck, let me open up my lore document.
I love explicit
Oh.
lore like Anton fucks.
Yeah.
I hate you.
That is explicit lore.
And actually, more explicitly, he fucks hard.
Yes. As a power top.
To the point of going to the hospital.
I hate it.
Yep.
Based on the recommendation of his nurse boyfriend.
Just his job. that you know that makes it work.
I mean, worse for who?
Yes. Okay, here. So, you're looking in Perkta's bestiary, and you are asking the question of, have humans ever turned into Dark Watchers? And more broadly, have humans ever turned into the Fae? And you're looking through and flipping through. It's honestly towards the beginning. It is the book of Genesis of the Fae, where there was once a garden of creation at the very beginning of the world. And there was a woman there named Lilith. Her gifts brought out a deeper nature to both people and animals, forging a bond between them where one would take on aspect of the other, and they would obey more truly the nature that they found themselves to have. And so there were naturally changes. Some would become more bestial, some animals would become more human. And so the lines between those things were blurred. Lilith walked the path between the waking world, and in her desire to make a space for her children, created the Feywild. Her lover, Lucifer, had a deep, deep love for Lilith, but he saw all things on the earth as being beneath them. And so, as all her children were of the earth, Lilith was also. Lucifer banished Lilith's garden. The Feywild pushed away from his plane and his influence, just as he had been thrown away from his own. And so Lilith's tears crossed all of the garden and all of the world in golden streams. She cast her eyes up among the stars so she could always look after her children. And so the answer to your question is absolutely humans have been turned into Dark Watchers, because that's where the Fae come from. And in fact, that's where all monstrous things come from.
Okay. Cool. Mordecai's takeaway of reading this, and I am just reading out loud. I guess I'm literally reading what you just said out loud to the frog, and Anton is overhearing. And then I shut the book and I say, well, I guess the only way we cure Dan is if we find Lilith? Okay. Hey, frog, do you know anybody named Lilith?
Ribbit.
Thank you. I was going to try and do it, and I was like, I don't know if I can do it.
Oh, and specifically,
I don't know.
I'm calling it now that this frog is a Darwin's frog from Chile. There's the Google. It's pointy. It's a pointy little frog.
It is so pointy.
Little pointy leaf frog.
I love the PS1 frog.
Wow.
Yeah.
It is the PS1
I was going to
frog.
say, that's the Cybertruck frog.
Oh my god!
Cybertruck.
Not the Cybertruck frog!
That's very
The
good.
disrespect.
Oh my god.
Never been more insulted in his life.
Cool. So it's a Darwin's frog.
Tasty. That's delicious.
Now I just got to learn more about Lilith, I guess. You know, frog, it's been nice talking to you. I never did get your name.
So you can take that one.
Ribbit.
That's a nice name. I think it's only fair that I give you a gift in kind. Hey, Anton, what does your partner name this frog?
Morty with a D.
Morty with a D? Dude, we're both Mords. That's crazy.
Right?
Sounds like what he said, too. Anton, is it okay if I do some magic on your partner's frog?
If
He
you're
seems
gonna
cool
give,
with it.
If you're gonna give sentience to that frog, I gotta ask you, please don't, because like Chuck's nice. I don't think he knows about the whole magic stuff. I didn't really want to spring that on, and we had other stuff to discuss. So like I'm not really cool with it, but also at the same time, like I don't want to harsh your vibe.
No, I mean, it's cool. I mean, I should ask first, of course. I mean, it's not like a woodland creature. Like, this is somebody's pet. And, Morty, that's not to mean that you're owned by anybody. I don't know. I'm not trying to do that either, my dude.
Morty just blinks one eye at a time.
But, I feel like, and Anton, hear me out, and I'm not pushing you towards any answer. If you give me another hard no, I take it. I just hear me out. Your partner, Chuck, sounds like a dope dude, worked at the hospital that we were at, where Dan, I guess, is being transformed into a Dark Watcher, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, so hear me out.
I didn't get that part of the story, but yeah, I got you. What's up?
Oh yeah, man, I'm so sorry, dude. We just came in and you sewed Dan up, and then you started making sandwiches. We didn't really explain anything. Basically, I got stabbed by a guy transforming into a Dark Watcher, and then we had to fight him, and then Dan kind of lit the hospital on fire, and
He's prone to do that.
Yeah, it looks like he's being transformed to Dark Watcher. That's why he's, exhaling poisonous gas. So, yeah. Same hospital your partner works at. Probably bad. That's probably bad. I'm not saying he's involved, but if weird magic stuff's going down at that place and he's not involved directly, he could still also technically be under threat from said magic. Like if they're just kidnapping random people, you know what I mean? So like, what if I gave the frog the power to protect your boyfriend when you're not here? How's that?
Yo. I was going to make you roll manipulate someone on this, but you've made a good enough point for me. I think Anton's like, yeah, you know what? That sounds like a good idea.
Fucking hell.
Nice.
Hopefully this doesn't backfire and, turns out Chuck was a part of it all along and,
Oh my God.
And then he has Super Frog.
adding more.
Then he's got a super frog.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, while we set
Then
this
Super
up.
Frog and Super Abby can like duke it out.
Oh my God. Another kaiju battle.
You go to use magic on the frog and then nothing happens and you realize it's been a super frog the whole time and it just attacks us.
Oh my
That'd be
God.
fun.
I look at Morty. Morty, do you have powers already? Mordecai's high as fuck at this point.
You look deep into Morty's eyes and you see nothing but darkness.
I don't know if that means.
And then Morty blinks one eye at a time.
And then takes
Shit.
his tongue out and licks one eye.
Licks one of his eyes.
That's a
And it's like really like that wet blink that you hear in like SpongeBob.
Oh, yeah.
Just the
Yep.
Anton, I asked Morty that question and he didn't even croak in response. So that's also concerning. But I think we try this anyway. I just need one ingredient before I do this.
sage.
No, I need your blood.
Whey powder.
Can you just
yeah.
Can you just like cut your thumb for me and like let me get some of that?
Whoa. Let me go on the forearm. Like you never want to cut like in the hands or the fingers because that like do you know how many pain receptors you have in those? Like you want to do it away, so that way it's not so painful.
Dude, honestly, I've been stabbed in the heart. Like I don't. Plus, I'm so high all the time. I don't know if I even feel pain properly anymore. You know what I mean? It's all kind of numb. So
That's fair.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Let me just put the eggs on the plate here. And
don't get the blood on the eggs.
No. I figured I'd do this by you. Can I get a bump?
Oh yeah, you got it. Wait, you talking about like a bump, like
Yeah.
some of that dusty dust, or like?
Oh no, just from your blunt, bro.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead. Then he just passes it over. Some
And
good
this is
shit.
what we call in the podcast place character growth. Anton just takes a big is it spleef? A super drag. Yeah.
No.
I've
No.
never
It's not a
done-
spliff. You're not spliffing. You're just taking a hit.
splurge.
You're just taking a hit.
Okay.
Like you're
Yeah, he just
bumming a hit. That's it.
Yeah, he bums a hit. Is it clear that I've never smoked weed in my life?
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he takes a hit from it. He's like, all right, here you go. And he just like pulls out his pocket knife and like just cuts into his forearm. He's like, all right, have all the blood you like. Well, not
Sick.
all, but
Mordecai's gonna collect some of it in like a little vial from his fanny pack, and you hang on to that blunt, dude. I got plenty. All right, it's been a day.
oh yeah, good, thanks.
And then Mordecai is going to mosey on over to Morty, and Mordecai is also gonna cut himself, mix the blood, and then as he pours it over Morty, light a new blunt. Exhale. And he's going to use magic to power boost the frog. The way in which I would like to power up this frog is a specific trigger. So side note, Anton, please do not fuck your boyfriend that hard. But when your boyfriend appears to be in danger, the frog is essentially going to become what Rakomi is. Just a really fucking strong, like humanly
Enforcer.
strong frog enforcer that will serve to protect Chuck. And follow Chuck.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
Hell yeah, brother. All right, here we go. We're rolling magic.
I'm gonna require one more thing from you because this is
Okay,
definitely
hit
a
me.
fucking big magic thing.
Sick.
You have to
Fuck
get
yeah.
something of Chuck's to infuse with this magic to give to the frog.
Okay. Anton, is there anything like Chuck has that I can give to the frog? Like a lock of hair, or like, do you have anything of Chuck's that, I don't know, like,
I mean, yes. And Anton like unbuttons his like top button of his shirt, and he pulls off a it is a necklace for Saint Agatha. That's what, because she is the patron saint for nurses.
Great. Yeah, I love that.
Nice.
Yeah, here you go though.
thanks. I'm just gonna press the icon, I guess, or the necklace against Morty, his little tummy. And I'm gonna try to like very lightly drip the blood into his mouth and blow smoke into the terrarium as I use magique with the doors. Perception. Okay.
So,
Choose the effect of the glitch. Whichever you think is cooler, it like fits the scene or whatever's going on. Either A, the magic draws immediate unwelcome attention, or B, it has a problematic side effect.
Problematic side effect is always the plan Z.
I think problematic side effect is going to be happening here. Yeah, so you cast this magic on this frog, and you see the silver of smoke kind of dissipate and be infused into the frog. And so now this frog has like one long stripe from its like nose to tail that is just pure silver, and it is 3 times its previous size.
That's fucking cool. Also, just for the frog anatomy people out there, I believe it's called a rump.
There you go.
They do not have tails.
Wow.
Dude, Anton, so the frog's pretty big now. Is that okay, or like, I think it's fine.
Yeah, I'm like,
it'll require
you know what?
more flies.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be really hungry.
I'll buy him a bigger terrarium, and like it'll work out. It'll be good.
Yeah, just like, I don't know, dude. Like, if you don't want to know about magic, we could just be like, yeah, it was like radiation leak or something like that, and you know, just got a little mutated, but he's still the same old Morty. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Yeah, word. I should probably just text him and just be. And Anton will pull out his phone, and I just want to text Chuck and be like, "Hey, you okay? Heard there was a fire."
Yeah.
Yeah, but then also say like don't worry about Morty at the end, you know?
Oh, yeah, thanks.
Yeah. Because Anton is super high now.
Don't worry about Morty. Everything's totally okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll be okay.
Yeah. And sit.
Well, with a 19 on the
No
die,
suspicion here.
you see like 3 dots. Yeah. You get a text back from Chuck. Yeah. Yeah. Everything's. Mostly fine. I'm on a bus, home now. Why are you talking about my frog.
Is Anton relaying the answer to me at the same time?
I think it's one of those things like Anton is like reading it at his phone and like Mort is just like looking over his shoulder like to read as well.
Oh shit. He's asking about the frog. That wasn't supposed to happen. It wasn't supposed to happen.
Oh, he's on to us.
What do we say? What do we say?
I got this. All right.
Okay.
Thought you might be worried about him. And, you know, I just want you to know I'm taking care of things. Also, we have a few guests. They probably won't be staying long, but I hope that's okay. Missing you. Oh,
yeah, and they'd be like, but they love the frog, though.
They love the frog, though.
Okay, this is a manipulate someone, because now you're telling them that, like, hey, I invited people into your house while you were gone.
I love the idea that the text message does just have the amount of us that you just said.
Oh, absolutely.
It's got more too. Oh shit!
I also, Amelia, Dan, feel free to jump in at any point. You guys like leave the bathroom and you see like a bunch of sandwiches like prepared.
This would be just too many sandwiches.
And then it's like Mordecai and Anton like freaking out in front of his phone. Like Mordecai's like pacing, like smoking weed, like, oh my god, what do we say? Yeah. And there's a big ass fucking frog in the living room.
We need to time jump a little bit because
we'll
apparently Dan and Journey are having a long conversation
we'll
right
come
now.
back.
So.
Okay, that's a 10.
I got a 10 on my roll.
Oh my god. Chuck is just eating it up in more ways than one.
Chuck is like, oh, okay, yeah, thanks for taking care of Morty for me. I'll be home in like an hour or so. The buses are really backed up in traffic because of everything.
Because of the hospital being.
See you soon. Send. Cool. Let's move back over to. Let's leave this situation.
Dan and Journey just having a serious conversation, and they hear a ruckus.
This is fucking happening in the background. It's truly
not
like
new
the
for
tone
either
of
of
the
them.
show.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we move back over to Journey and Dan in the bathroom.
I think before anything happens, I think there's a long moment of just both of us sitting here in silence, petting the ghost dog.
Yep. I agree.
Yeah, Abby like nuzzles into you guys and you can feel the warmth of their fur even as your like hands like slightly pass through them, and it just rests its head on Dan's leg.
No.
After a while, Dan will break the silence. I didn't mean for it to go like this.
It wasn't your fault. I don't know what happened,
Any of it.
I mean, you can't blame yourself for everything. That's dumb.
I mean like any of it. Like, if it weren't for me and my shitty missions and the Brotherhood and everything, you would be just chilling out in Ellendale, living your life, making silly YouTube videos, and I don't know.
Not having learned anything.
Yeah, some things are better unlearned, I guess.
I don't think it's helpful to think that way. Like, am I really done with all of this? Yeah, but you shouldn't feel guilty about this because it was going to happen no matter what. I mean, hell, look at my dad hiding all of that shit from me for however long. It's inevitable, and I knew it was inevitable, but you shouldn't blame yourself for any of that. Why do you have to do this stuff anyway? The Brotherhood stuff.
I didn't really have a choice.
Don't you have a choice now?
It's not that easy.
Journey is very naive. What do you mean it's not that easy? You can do anything, right? As long as you put your mind to it. Yeah. Screw them.
I didn't
They're
I
not
used
helpful to you. What do you mean you don't have a choice?
You know, I used to think maybe Dan's gonna sort of look away a bit. I used to think I kind of had a crush on you, but I think I'm realizing that mostly that I was just jealous. Jealous of you.
Why would you be
your
jealous?
parents. I mean, I guess we're not so different in that our parents both like had some crazy shit going on,
Yeah,
but
left us out of it, huh?
yours left you out of it. I was very much the opposite. My earliest memories are learning how to disassemble and reassemble a gun.
That's not healthy for development, childhood
It really
development.
isn't. I don't disagree with you.
Yeah, that's not cool.
Like, I'm jealous that you had the chance to grow up and not know anything about any of this. Just pretend that it didn't exist for a while. And if it weren't for me coming into your life and bringing all of this with me, you would still be there. You would still be normal.
I was never normal.
Well, I wouldn't know, I guess.
She winces a bit from laughing. I'm not trying to be like rude about this or anything, but like this is a cult, right? Like this is 100% a cult that you're involved in.
I mean, is it a cult or is it just like an ancient tradition of like the real people who have been controlling the course of the world underneath the scenes for a long time? Is it a cult or is it that?
She leans forward. You have to tell me more about this so we can get you out of it.
I've only known one person who ever made it out of it.
That's one person. That's not zero, right?
But it cost them so much.
Yeah. Our decisions do that. Look,
Maybe
I don't want to make you do anything. But whatever is going on, whatever you're, constrained to do or whatever is not helping you. And like it or not, I'm in your life now and I'm nosy. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to help you. I'm sure there's gotta be some way out of this. I don't think I'm cut out for this shit.
Well, maybe that's not a bad thing. I mean, you can. First of all, you can like do insane healing magic and get people to talk about information that they would never reveal and change people's minds for the better.
Yeah, that part's
And-
not magic. I worked hard to be able to do that. This magic stuff, it's here, and I do things without even knowing how I do them, and I don't want to do them. That part I didn't work for. That part just happened to me. And I feel like I have no control over it, even though I do. I don't want it.
You want to understand things. That is basically who you are as a person.
That's kind of my thing.
And here before you, a door has been opened, whether you like it or not, that contains just an infinite amount of information, lore, knowledge, interworkings of different elements. And it just seems unlike you to ignore that.
I'm not ignoring it. I just wish it was anyone else.
Yeah. Maybe we can help each other. Maybe I can help you
Yeah,
understand it,
yeah.
get used to it.
I'm not gonna like it, but I'll deal. I'd rather use my stupid magic than see you bleeding out in a bathtub.
Thank you for that.
I just need a break.
I think we could all use it.
If you need some time in here, I can go.
I think I would like to sit here for a bit. I know this is going to sound weird, but could you go to the kitchen and get me a clean bowl?
What do you need the clean bowl for? I'll get it for you.
I need to find out something about myself now that I know that I'm not going to try and lie to you. I'm going to try and diagnose myself and figure out how I work now, because clearly I'm not Dan anymore. So
You're still Dan. Okay, promise me this. If I go get the stupid bowl, will you just call if you need anything?
Okay.
I don't know what I can do to help, but I want to help.
Okay. I promise.
Okay. Hold on. She stands up and walks out of the bathroom to go grab a bowl and walk into, I don't know, whatever the fuck is going on outside of this room.
Yeah, you like briefly, like you slip out of the bathroom and see Anton and Mordecai just like fucking pacing in front of Anton's phone. And like
panic cooking apparently is what.
Yeah, you like
Ray
walk
said.
through the kitchen, you walk past the terrarium, and you're like, that frog looks different. And then you grab the bowl and like head back into the bathroom.
Okay.
And we don't notice Journey at all.
Yeah, no, you guys are locked in on a different thing. So while you guys are having like your fucking freak out, Journey's just like walking in through the background.
Dude, what a fucking juxtaposition of these two things happening.
That's the show, baby.
Yep.
Yeah, we all
Welcome
process
to
trauma in
Monster.
different ways.
Yep.
Surely. Okay. So yeah, Journey walks back into the bathroom and she kind of kneels down next to the tub and like hands over the bowl. He's like, "Okay, are you gonna be okay?"
Okay. Yeah. I'll be fine. I just need quiet and darkness for a bit so I can clear my head.
I will do my best to keep Mordecai from coming in here and involving you in anything.
Thank you.
Yep.
I'll pound on the wall or shout or something if it comes to it.
Okay. Be
Thanks
careful.
again. Yeah, I will. Thanks again.
Yeah. It's no problem.
And she leaves.
Dan would like to assemble some things.
Making
So
pancakes
first,
in the bathroom.
making pancakes, making bacon pancakes.
What do you need the bowl for?
Yep. I'm gonna first get up and fill the bowl about halfway with water, and then set it on the ground of the bathroom, on the floor. Get the like bath mat and all that out of the way, and then I'm gonna produce from my inside pocket of my jean jacket a little white candle, and light that on fire and wince a bit from the heat because I am weak to fire.
Ouch. Big owie.
Of course.
Yeah, set that on the other side of the bowl from me. And is the needle still here?
The iron one or the bone one?
The bone one.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah. I'm going to get that and rinse it off with soap and water. And then sterilize it by holding it over the flame a little bit. Turn off the light. Sit down. And I'm going to prick my finger and let out just a little drop of blood into the bowl. And then I'm going to stare into the surface and attempt to use some magic.
Yeah. Roll it. Hell,
I've essentially set up kind of like a scrying bowl, but a little specific.
yeah.
Yeah, I think this is that old black magic. Oh, this says use magic. So I will use the use magic roll. Mixed success.
Okay.
I'm attempting to ask some questions about myself, as though I were a monster.
Okay.
And where's the glitches? I'm gonna go with a problematic side effect, probably, but did you have something in mind?
Well, we can either do a problematic side effect or you can only ask one question because this is a mixed success.
That works. So, what I would like to ask is I would just like to diagnose myself and find out my new properties with this transformation.
Yeah, for sure.
Basically, I want to fully understand my new situation.
Okay.
So, as much as you can give me with that.
You get an idea of kind of what's going on with you. You see visions from the third person of what's been happening to you. You see your body flinching away from iron. You see your discomfort when you're near flames. You see your eyes having gone black and shadowy, and the poison gas pouring out of your mouth, and the way that people look at you being just more attentive than they would normally be. And those things all kind of convalescing for you. And you know that you're not yet a monstrous thing, but you have many monstrous qualities.
Do I understand anything about what those qualities are, or will that take just time and trial and error?
I think that you inherently understand like the meta contextual like weaknesses and like effects that you the player know. Now the character also knows of like, okay, for some reason I'm more attractive to people now, and I have this poison gas, and also I'm weak to these things and have like a strong aversion to them. And I think you can even like make some of those connections of like these are traits of things that I have fought before.
Yeah. Yeah. Do they seem like currently permanent or temporary effects?
As far as you can tell, you don't think they're going to just wear off.
Okay. And do I understand what triggers them manifesting further?
Yes, I think from being able to like functionally look back at the footage, you're seeing yourself in third person. You see yourself wake up in the hospital. You remember that. You remember the feelings that you had then when you had to run and hide and you were losing control. You were afraid and you were running, and you know that your heart was beating harder than it ever had before. And I think that's when you make the connection of this disease that you have been infected with is linked to your adrenaline.
Okay. And last question. I know I've already been pushing the bounds of what you can reveal with this role. I'm not yet a monstrous thing. Do I have any inkling of what would make that progress? Time or something specific?
I think as you have been having to process this information, you feel inside of you this ferocity, this danger, this bestial sense that's been clawing at you and forcing you to panic, and you've been quelling it with the help of your friends and your loved ones being able to take care of you and knowing that you are in a safe place. But you know that that is much, much closer than it was before, and I think you can see that you're right on the edge. That if something were to go wrong in a situation where this is being, in a situation where you're having a flare-up of this disease, if something were to go wrong, this might become permanent, more permanent than it is.
I'd like to light some incense. I'm going to empty out the bowl into the mirror and put the candle, just sort of hold it in my hand and stare into the mirror, into my black eyes. And I'm going to start breathing in and
breathing out slowly. And I would like to try to use magic to banish my emotions.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
When you handed me a magic system that says, basically, just fucking go for it.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm just like, I'll take some big swings.
No, that's
It will inherently have negative side effects.
so
Obviously.
I realize that if it works.
because this is a thing that would definitely be a negative to you, we're going to kind of work on an opposite sliding scale here.
Yeah.
On a failure, something good will happen because your intent is to functionally do yourself harm. On a success, I'm going to qualify this as an enchantment. So this is not you permanently banishing your emotions from yourself, but rather almost like taking a medication that suppresses those swings.
Yeah, that's kind of what I have in mind. Because, like, if for the time being, feeling things strongly makes me more dangerous, until we can either remove it or understand how to control it, I want to be in full
control.
Fully right
Yeah.
mind. Yes.
Yeah, that's what Dan wants. Dan wants to be in control of the situation. If he's not in control of himself, how can he be in control of anything else?
Hit the nail on the head.
Yeah. So this would be an enchantment that would suppress your emotions. So on a full success, you get that and you have control over when that ceases. On a mixed success, I would say that is erratic, and because you're already rolling on that move in the first place, because you have failures in it, you will take a -1 on that serum roll
Okay.
on a mixed success. So this will functionally, instead of allowing you to have more control with the emotional suppression.
Maybe it could be like, you can choose when to hit me with like a hard move to say that it swells back up, and when it swells back up, it's worse than it would have been.
Yes.
But it doesn't do it as often.
Yes, I think that'll be kind of how it goes. So on a full success, you suppress. On a full success, you have control over your emotions, and you're not going to be rolling on this table anymore. On a mixed success, you have control over your emotions, and so it will be happening, and the custom move will be you'll take a +1 forward.
But if it fails, I think Dan will lose even his normal mask.
Yes, I think that'll be on a failure. It will be a situation of Dan will be more susceptible to the serum than he was originally, because instead of removing the thing and like adding control over his emotions, he's removing the control that he has over his emotions. Does that make sense?
That makes perfect sense.
Okay, go ahead and roll that. Okay,
that is a mixed success. Okay, that's probably for the story best case scenario.
So when the serum move does pop up, you take a +1 forward on that. So please mark that on your character sheet so you do know that. And what does it look like as this magic starts to take hold?
Does it have any immediate effect? It doesn't have any immediate effect on what's already manifested, right?
No.
Okay. Then I'm going to say probably visibly, not much changes. Dan's breathing sort of steadies, and the tension that he had been holding kind of drops, and he snuffs out the fire, the candle.
I think as you catch yourself looking in the mirror as you're leaving, you do notice that instead of your eyes being fully black, it is now more translucent, and you can see more of your original eye underneath that shade.
Okay. Dan's going to exit the bathroom with incense in one hand and bowl in the other. He enters the living room, doesn't really pay any mind to anything that's happening. What is happening exactly?
Yeah. Mordecai and O'Toole are, I think, have received all of the messages and are caught up now. And so are now like kind of stress cooking in the kitchen and making just too much food for everyone.
No, it's fine. It's fine. He'll want this. Like it's gonna be good. It's gonna be tasty. I saw it on the YouTube.
Yeah. And while he's munching, you won't notice the frog.
Oh God, I really hope he doesn't notice the frog.
But then you just tell him the frog's always been like that and he's crazy.
I mean, that sounds like gaslantering to me.
Yeah, but it's like, what are you gonna do? Like, tell him the truth? Like, you gotta make choices here. Sometimes the white lie is the right lie. You know what I mean?
Dan enters the kitchen and puts the incense holder on the counter and just starts washing the bowl.
Yo, Dan, what's up? Are you good, dude?
Hey, I'm great actually. Got everything together.
Is he expelling smoke? Can you say that?
Great question.
I'm gonna say no. You have it locked in a little bit. You have more control over this than you used to.
No.
If there is any, it's like very small bits or just like centralized around his mouth.
Oh well.
It just looks like he's got stinky breath.
In a cartoonish way.
A little bit stinky.
I'm very glad to see you recomposed yourself. It's good to see you on your feet, Danny boy. And he just does the finger guns.
Yeah. It's
Anton's the whites of his eyes are fucking blood red right now.
It's very fortunate you happened to be there at the right time.
Yeah, well.
Okay. Yeah. So we need to figure out our next moves.
True. So I think
Dan
maybe
finishes cleaning the bowl and leaves it on the little drip dry thing.
Yeah, Dan. I think there's this chick called Lilith who might be able to help. I guess the mother of all fae creatures / abnormal things, maybe.
Wait, like there's a real person called Lilith? Like it's like her name? Somebody just named her Lilith, or like there? Huh?
I don't know, dude. I was just reading about it in a book with Morty over there, and something about Lilith, like creating the Feywild, and then like.
Would you care if I read the book?
Yeah.
Go for it, dude.
Look at the book.
So Jason, specifically, just kind of retouching back on this, was this information primarily found in Perkta's or my mother's journal?
This was in Perkta's bestiary.
Okay. So they know what that book is. I'm just gonna hand it over to Dan and Journey. Let them peruse the lore.
Dan, rather nonplussedly and without reaction, reads the passage as though he were reading from a biology textbook. Well, that could be useful down the line.
Yeah, we could just summon Lucifer again and ask him about it.
I'm rather
sorry,
not
what?
do that.
Okay, step 1, we need to not be dying and become fully healed so that we can come at the step 2 with our full strength. Step 2 is we go and we destroy everything that's left of these people and their operation.
Sorry to interrupt, but does that include Chuck? Because like he worked there, and like we don't really know if he was a part of it or not.
I mean,
like I'm going to trust your lead here. I just kind of have a personal investment in this.
Could you like text him?
We texted him a lot.
Can you ask him if he knows any of those people?
That'll depend on Chuck.
If you could tell me how to phrase that question, I would be more than happy to. But for some reason, my thoughts aren't spaghettifying. That's not the right word.
No, I mean, but I got you, dude. Like,
I think that explains what you're trying to say. Yeah.
We did message him a lot about food and frogs.
We did.
A minute ago.
That reminds me, I am starving.
Don't eat the frog.
I'm gonna
egg sandwich.
I was thinking sandwich. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What did we make? I mean, we've got croissants. We got banana pancakes. We got sandies, eggs. Dude, Anton makes a mean egg sandy.
I do. Yeah.
I've had 2.
Yeah. Dan, who didn't seem like he had much of an appetite before, is just going to town on an egg sandwich.
Does the smoke coming out of Dan's mouth flavor his food in any way?
That's up to him, man.
Asking the real questions.
Yeah, it probably adds a little bit of bitterness.
A little acidity.
Not super avoidable. But the
if the egg sandwich is sort of like if there's any dairy in it as like a egg patty, then that probably does subtract the bitterness a little bit because dairy is a natural bitter blocker.
True.
Bird.
So Dan tries to gather everyone around sort of the living room table.
Okay.
Okay, sit down, and let's plot this out. So we each have some injuries we need to alleviate.
Yeah.
We can do that the quick way, or we can maybe take a day.
Like sleep it off.
Yeah. The quick way comes with risks. It could go wrongly, but if we take a day, then that'll give them more time to reassemble, and it will be harder to pick back up the trail. How's everybody looking right now?
Bad. 5 harm, I guess.
I am at 4.
I'm
at
stable. Full health. I'm good. Let's rock and roll.
Okay. Anton's just blitzed.
Yeah, Anton's just so fucking
something has just occurred to me. I think we should probably take the day and stay here with Chuck for a day and try to get a read on whether he is involved, and also whether he is or not, try to use that connection to track down the rest of them so that we can end this.
And depending on how that goes, I guess we should try to find Sorsha again and actually get a read on what's going on with that dude as well.
It would be best if we could track down as many of the victims as possible, but we may not be able to do much for them until after we've learned more about the condition.
That's also true too. But
Yeah.
we don't even know if Sorsha has the same condition or not.
I'm pretty confident that it's the same one. I saw Sorsha's name right there on the list along with mine.
But then why wasn't he expelling gas when I was talking to him?
It can manifest in different ways.
Oh.
Makes sense.
The longer it progresses, the more ways it manifests, and the stronger it becomes.
Wait, so your manifestation might just be unique to you, and then other people aren't actually turning into like Dark Watcher type people.
That's how it seems to me. I don't know for sure, but
okay.
Yes, but I've figured out enough about it for now to keep it at bay.
Gotcha.
Or at least from getting worse.
Anton.
What's up?
Anton, just to get a read on you, big dog, what are you planning on doing if it turns out Chuck is involved? And if he is ultimately, can we keep the frog?
Oh, wow. This is a lot I didn't think that far ahead, to be honest. Okay. Let's go work backwards on that. Can you keep the frog if he is, and worse things happen? Absolutely, because I don't know the first thing about taking care of frogs.
Throw me too.
Fair enough.
Fromaing.
The fromaning.
Okay.
If he is involved, like, I am emotionally invested in this. Don't get me wrong. A lot of fun. So I may try to talk him out of it, like, see what we could do there. If that doesn't work, we'll just burn that bridge when we get there. Cross that bridge. No offense, Dan.
No, that's okay.
Yeah.
We do tend to burn a lot of bridges.
And then, Journey,
bridge thing.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling like we need to finish cleaning up before Chuck gets here.
I mean, we still got like a pizza in the oven, so.
No. I mean the blood.
Oh.
Yeah. Hydrogen peroxide, medicine cabinet.
Got it.
True. Yeah.
Great.
We probably should change our clothes too. Might be a good idea.
Should we do a shopping montage?
I mean, I have a gaping hole in my shirt from getting stabbed.
I mean, so do I.
I hope I'm not being too forward. You do pull it off.
What's your recovering from a near-death experience fit look like?
We can do fits at the top of the next episode, please.
Yes. Phil is emotionally attached to Dan's new vibe, so I'm probably not going to change it too intensely.
Yeah, I guess it works. So it might be good if we all like step out to go do that. Let Chuck come home and talk to Anton first.
Yeah, I'll ease him in.
And then we all show up at the same time.
Yeah, that sounds
probably
that sounds
easier.
great.
That's probably
Also, shit. I Well, I lost my gun, so I'm gonna have to get a new one. But
I've got some. Don't worry.
But at the moment, Metal and I don't get along, so I will have to find some other way to be effective.
Fair enough.
Yeah, we'll figure that out.
Time to get one of those little wooden guns that shoots out like a little ball on a stick or on a string. Just one of those thingies.
Yeah,
rubber band guns, but you gotta,
Yeah.
but you have to enchant it. So
Enchanted
that is not
rubber
a bad idea,
band.
actually.
thanks.
Rubber
I'm
can
full
be a
of them.
conduit, so
Oh, true.
leather
we'll all
too.
work that out.
Leather too. Yeah, I've got some with me in my bag. Don't ask.
We all know
I don't
at
need
this
to.
point. You don't even have to be like, don't ask. You can just be like,
He's got the tools.
Oh my god.
It's and he delivers. Like,
Ah!
look, I'm in my experimental phase. I didn't get to do it. I married young, and I'm just letting my freak flag fly. And if nobody's cool with it, that's fine. I can just keep rolling on.
Happy
Oh,
Pride.
yeah, brother.
Yeah, Anton O'Toole is nothing but a rolling stone.
Master of tools.
as you guys sit around this table and make your plans, the best laid plans of mice and men can always go awry. And we see the camera circling around your beautiful faces, pulling up from the table and into the office of someone we don't know. A man with no hair on what seems like any part of their body, looking over reports and notes and turning on the news and seeing that his hospital is on fire. And he just pulls out his file and takes some notes and starts to make a call.